I'm making these videos and I want to be 100% transparent and honest with you. I feel like it's so hard to get the truth, especially when it comes to people starting their own business and how much money they can actually make. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to start a six-figure bookkeeping business. I'm not going to tell you what I think might work. I'm not going to tell you what I read in a textbook. I'm going to tell you legitimately what I actually did in my own bookkeeping business. I am strictly speaking from personal experience. Everything I talk about in all of my videos is what has actually worked for me and my business. I try to be 100% honest and transparent. I wish I could tell you that I have nothing to sell you, but to be 100% honest, I do have something to sell you. I do have a course that teaches you everything you need to know about starting a bookkeeping business, but honestly, I don't really care if you buy the course because I make 95% of my money from my own bookkeeping business. I make a little bit of money on my course. The only reason, truthfully, that I made the bookkeeping course is because so many people were emailing me and commenting on my videos asking me for a course. And I figured, you know what the heck? I know how to do it and I know what you should do to start your own bookkeeping business. So let me just make a course. If you're interested, there's actually a free course. Check out the links in the description of this video. I have a ton of resources for you. I wish I could say that I have nothing to sell you. That's not really true. I do have a couple things to sell you, but honestly, the main reason I'm making these videos is to document my own personal journey, and I just love making these videos. I love sharing my experience. I love talking about what worked and what did not work for me and my business because when I got started, it was so hard to find honest and good information on the internet. So I'm going to tell you how to start a six-figure bookkeeping business. Let me give you a little bit of background about me. I started my bookkeeping business a little over 3 years ago. And let me just cut straight to the point. In 2023, I made $282,000 in my bookkeeping business just from bookkeeping. I have other streams of revenue. I'll break that down for you real quick just in case you're curious. I made $19,000 from my bookkeeping course. I made $18,000 from one-on-one consultations and selling digital downloads. I made $14,000 from interest income. So I am a private money lender. I have some cash laying around. I lend that to real estate investors and then they pay me 18% interest. I also had a trucking course where I was teaching truckers how to do their own bookkeeping business, how to do their own bookkeeping. I made $2,000 from that trucking course. And then I made $7,000 last year in YouTube ad revenue. So as you can see from those numbers, the majority of my income actually comes from my bookkeeping business, $282,000. I had some expenses. I had an office, which I paid $650 a month in rent. I had $2,500 in Stripe fees. I had a lot of office supplies and software, a few loan and interest payments. So all in, I spent about $30,000 last year in expenses. So my net income was a little over $300,000 when I factored in bookkeeping income, interest income, and course sales, everything added together, take out the expenses, a little over $300,000, which is cool. That's great. But let me tell you how I got there. So if you are thinking about starting a bookkeeping business, don't get discouraged because let me just start by saying it's incredibly difficult to start a bookkeeping business. Don't ever let anybody ever, no matter what, tell you that starting any business is easy because it is the hardest thing that I've ever done. And it's hard because there is no blueprint. There's no manager. You don't have any peers. It's not normal to start a business. It's normal to be an employee at Amazon or Facebook or Google or Walmart or Lowe's. It's normal to be an employee. It's not normal to start your own business. It's really, really tough and you're all alone and you have no idea how to do it. That's why I'm here making these YouTube videos so that I can teach you everything that I know. I'm just teaching you from my own personal experience. So let me just say, it's so incredibly difficult. But if you stick with it, you can grow your business. You can earn way more money as a bookkeeping business owner than you ever could as a bookkeeper or even as an accountant. Like, there's no way you could ever make this kind of money working as an employee. Some people want to work as an employee, which is totally cool. If that's you, that's great. There's millions of people who are happy being an employee. But if you've ever had the desire to start a bookkeeping business, that's probably why you're watching this YouTube video right now. You are in the right place. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to start a 6-figure bookkeeping business. So first, you obviously need to learn bookkeeping in QuickBooks. That's kind of a no-brainer. Like, you need to understand bookkeeping fundamentals and you need to understand how to use accounting software. I recommend just learn QuickBooks Online. That's the only software that I use. My best recommendation for this step of the process: don't spend too much time trying to become a bookkeeping or QuickBooks expert. Spend a little bit of time, learn the fundamentals, get comfortable enough that you could probably do the job reasonably well, and then move on to step number 2, and that is marketing and sales. And this is how I truly grew a 6-figure business, because my first year, I did not make 6 figures. I might have made $60,000 or $70,000 in my first 12 months operating my bookkeeping business. And let me just say, if you are content making $50,000 or $70,000 a year, that's totally cool. There's a ton of people who just want to make $50,000, $70,000 a year. You can totally do that with the bookkeeping business, and you really don't need to work that hard. But if you want to make 6 figures, you're going to have to focus and spend a lot of time on sales and marketing. Basically, when I got started, if I wasn't actively doing bookkeeping on one of my current clients, I was spending all of my other time trying to find other clients in the form of marketing and sales. And I primarily leveraged social media, Facebook and LinkedIn specifically. I was creating content on Facebook and LinkedIn every single day, whether it was a QuickBooks tutorial or a Facebook post, or I was taking pictures of myself and posting them on LinkedIn or posting them on Facebook just to spread the word, just to build an online presence, just to tell more and more people, hey, basically this is what it is. Hey, look at me. I'm a bookkeeper. Do you want to hire me? That's the gist of what you're doing on Facebook. Obviously, it's way more complicated than that, but that's basically what you're doing. You're just going on social media and posting, saying, hey, everybody, look at me. My name's Zach. I'm a bookkeeper. Do you want to hire me? Like, that is the gist of what we're all doing on social media as entrepreneurs trying to promote our business and get new clients. So the key here is hard work, really, really hard work, like 8 to 10 hours every single day working on your business. If you're not prepared to do that, then you're probably not going to grow a 6-figure bookkeeping business, which is totally fine. If you just want to work 4 hours a day, maybe you'll make $50,000, $60,000 a year. But if you really want to grow this thing, I just really want to drill this concept and hammer this home that you need to work hard in order to be successful as a business owner. Because I reiterate that so often, because I feel like so many people are like, oh, starting a business is easy and you're going to live the dream and you're going to work remotely on vacation, chilling on the beach. Like, it's not really like that. At least it's not like that for me. Maybe it's like that for other people, but I can tell you from personal experience, it's not like that for me. So in the first year when I got started, if I wasn't actively doing bookkeeping or working on my customers' QuickBooks, I promise you, I was spending all of the other time doing marketing and sales. And that for me just looked like it was all free. It was all organic. I did it all myself. I didn't pay anybody. I didn't pay a social media manager. I didn't pay an advertising agency. I didn't pay for Facebook or Google ads. I did it all on my own. And I had no experience. So this is the first business I ever started. So if you're like me and you have no business experience, no social media experience, no marketing experience, that's fine. You can learn how to do it. If I go back and look 3 years at the content that I was creating, it was way worse than what I'm creating now. And that's just because I've learned from experience what works and what doesn't work. So I was on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube, creating content, creating QuickBooks tutorials, creating content, spreading the word. And then I was also connecting with people on social media, and I was sending them messages like, hey, I'm a bookkeeper. Let me know if you ever need help with your QuickBooks or bookkeeping. Or, hey, I'm trying to grow my bookkeeping business. Do you know anybody that might need a bookkeeper? Let me know. Just simple messages like that. I try not to be annoying. I try not to be too salesy. But as an entrepreneur doing marketing and sales, you need to reach out to some people, at least in the beginning, because nobody knows who you are. So if you want to grow your business, you got to create content and you got to do some sales. Whether you're calling people, emailing people, reaching out to people on social media, whatever that looks like, doing direct mail. Maybe you're mailing postcards to business owners. It doesn't matter what you do, you just got to do something. So whatever that looks like for you, the key here is consistency and commitment. And I'm going to finish this video by giving you one quick analogy. Imagine I told you to walk a mile, and then I told you to walk a mile every single day for 6 months. Anybody can walk a mile today, but to do it every day for 6 months is so difficult. And that's why sales and marketing as a business owner is so difficult, because you need to be consistent for a long period of time. That's the only way that you can build an online reputation and get your name out there and develop relationships with potential clients. And that is how you can grow a 6-figure bookkeeping business. It's all about sales and marketing.